I'm Mira Sial and this is Ghazal Time. If you were with me yesterday, welcome back. And if not, stay with me today, tomorrow and Friday. We're in the middle of the first national televised Ghazal competition, which reaches its climax on New Year's Day, when we'll discover our winner from 3 finalists. We chose one of those yesterday from some wonderful entries from the north, and tomorrow we'll be judging Ghazals from the south. But today's competitors are from the Midlands, 4 of them, with one of them going forwards to Friday as our second finalist. So stay with me till then, because it'll be a very big day for our eventual winner. Bombay singing star Anuradha Podwal will be amongst our final judges. A trip to India, an audition for a recording contract, and a meeting with top celebrities from the world of Ghazals are all part of our first prize. From centuries ago, from an Asian world in another time, the Ghazal has endured like a hard diamond, a jewel of Urdu-speaking tradition, the pulse of a culture. At its simplest, the Ghazal set to music is a poem of very precise form, its elegant beauty touching a chord in young and old alike, and its versatility and adaptability making it resonate in psyche or cinema, in spirit or studio, in past and present alike. The Ghazal is a language of its own, and a living language at that. To find out more, we chatted earlier with Shahrukh Hussain. She's an expert on Urdu poetry, trained as a classical singer, and is herself a writer, currently scripting the latest Merchant Ivory production, In Custody.
There was an English scholar of Urdu many years ago who described the Ghazal as Orient pearls at random strung.
Yes.
And that I thought was a rather
That's
beautiful
right.
description.
Undoubtedly.
Yes. So it's very easy, I think, I mean this might be a controversial statement, but I truly believe that it's very easy to write a bad Ghazal or a mediocre Ghazal. What do you think makes a really good Ghazal?
A good Ghazal is that which can straight away be identified as a flow rather than planting of words and symbols in it. A bad Ghazal is one which is invented. You sit down
Forced.
and say, you force the words and force the thought into it. And that shows straight away. I mean, you would know a good Ghazal from the very first word till the last that is flowing from the mind of the poet. It's just that he's finding the medium of that rhythm to express his thoughts.
There are only about 20 different meters, aren't there?
Yes.
And each of them has very specific beats, so it has to be in a very special shape, and the rhythms and the syllables have to be exact.
Yes.
Also, then you have the formal breakup of it, so you have the matla, which is 2 couplets that rhyme, and thereafter every second line has to rhyme with the first 2. People don't always realize that.
Yes, it's one statement that gets rhymed into the mind first. And then you go on, I mean, you tune yourself to that rhyme mentally, and then that poetic thought gets into that rhythm, and then it flows. I mean, you can't actually force yourself to write. It has to come about as a result of something that has happened, and that's what true poetry is about.
Shahrukh is one of our judges for these semi-finals, and we'll be turning to her for expert assessment of the language of today's Ghazal entries. Joining her again is star performer Najma Akhtar, who we heard from in depth yesterday and who will be on the lookout for the performance elements today. And our third judge is Kuljit Bhangra. When I tell you that Kuljit is a music director, arranger and composer who has his own recording studios and his own music label, it'll come as no surprise that he'll be concentrating on the music today. We'll chat with him at length tomorrow, but now, on with the competition. Lighting the flame which brings life and spirit to the Ghazal is Gareth Colway from Norfolk. He's written our first Ghazal today, inspired originally by the writing of the Persian poet Hafiz, with its subtle combination of discipline and intense feeling. He was prompted to visit India in search of the authentic flavour of Ghazals. It's performed for us by Craig Hewlett from Gloucestershire, who plays in a band and writes his own songs, and is a recent convert to the Ghazal form. Thank you, Craig.
The girl I love is an angel. Her golden wrist like a rose. Her body held in the soft flame of stillness, freed in a pose. The girl I love is an angel, unfastened hair like a tide. Her fingers fly out of time's rut and touch my heart as it glows. The girl I love is an angel, her mouth a kiss that won't stop, her ears in whispering curls here. What open lovers propose? The girl I love is an angel, her neck is softer than sky. She turns to me like a planet, everything else explodes. Oh, but this love is a rare draft. You're lost and that's why you win. You're stripped of even your held breath and kiss what God alone knows. The girl I love is an angel,
Thank you, Craig, performing Gareth Colway's words. Our second singer is Sanyogita Kumari from Birmingham. Sanyogita teaches singing at the Midlands Art Centre, and the ghazal she's going to perform for us was written by her brother, O.P. Sarangal, who unfortunately for us is currently in India. Thank you, Sanyogita.
ये कैसे है रिश्ते, ये कैसे है नाते, कैसे है रिश्ते, ये कैसे है नाते, ये क्या है, ये क्यों है, समझ में ना आते। कैसे है रिश्ते, ये कैसे है नाते, ये कैसे है रिश्ते, ये कैसे है नाते।
Thank you, Sanyogita Kumari, performing her brother's Ghazal. So that's the first two contestants from the Midlands, with two more to come after the break. Join me again then for more Ghazal treats and the announcement of today's winner. See you soon. Hello again, Mira Sial welcoming you back to this pioneering Ghazal competition. Ghazals, words, music and performance, all to be deliberated over by our three judges. Our next Ghazal entry from the Midlands has been written by a mother and daughter writing team, Satinder and Meera Singh from Northamptonshire. Meera's been singing since she was 3, and here she is to give us our third Ghazal. Thank you, Meera.
जब तेरे नैन मुस्कुराते हैं, ज़िस्ते के रंज भूले जाते हैं। जब तेरे नैन शिकने क्यों शिकने क्यों डालते हो माथे पे, भूल के आगे जाते हैं। जब तेरे नैन मुस्कुराते हैं, हसीन आँख के इशारे पे, एक हसीन आँख के इशारे पे, काफिले राह भूल जाते हैं। जब तेरे नैन मुस्कुराते हैं, मुफलिसों के दिलों को मत ठुकराओ, मुफलिसों के दिलों को मत ठुकराओ।
you, Mira and Satinder. Which brings us to today's final offering. It's a ghazal written by Najma Saeed from Leicestershire, who writes stories for local radio as well as poetry in her spare time. It's performed for us by Sabir Mirza, who lives in Birmingham, has sung in Pakistan, appeared on television and released 2 albums in this country. Thank you, Sabir.
तेरी यादों को मेरे दिल ने बसा रखा है तेरी यादों को मेरे दिल ने बसा रखा है तुझको ख्वाबों के दरीचों में सजा रखा है तेरी यादों को तुम मुझे छोड़ गए खैर तुम्हारी मर्ज़ी तुम मुझे छोड़ गए खैर तुम्हारी मर्ज़ी तुम मुझे छोड़ गए खैर तुम्हारी मर्ज़ी मैंने जो अहद किया है वो निभा रखा है दिल के आईने में तस्वीर तेरी उतरी है दिल के आईने में तस्वीर तेरी उतरी है दिल के आईने में तस्वीर तेरी उतरी है अपनी आँखों में तेरा नक्श सजा रखा है तुझको ख्वाबों के दरीचों में बसा रखा है तेरी यादों मेरे दिल ने बसा रखा है तेरी यादों
Thank you, Sabir. And thanks, of course, to all today's competitors. While our judges decide on a winner, let me remind you of today's Ghazals. From Gloucestershire, we had Craig Hewlett.
The girl I love is an angel. Her neck is softer than sky.
We moved to Birmingham for Sanyogita Kumari.
ये कैसे है नाते ये कैसे है रिश्ते ये कैसे है नाते
Next was Meera Singh from Northamptonshire.
दिलों को मत ठुकराओ ये पियाले भी काम आते हैं
And finally, Sabir Mirza from Birmingham.
दिल के आईने में तस्वीर तेरी उतरी है
And now the moment of truth. Our judges have made their decision. Najma, could you start us off by telling me what you thought about the performance level?
I think my heart goes out to all the contestants because of the time limit of 3 minutes. It must be very difficult to consolidate it within the 3 minutes. Overall, the performances of all the contestants was very good, and also the presentations, the way they expressed themselves vocally as well was very good.
So it was a very hard decision, again?
Again, very, very difficult.
Kuljit, what about the musical side of it?
No doubt, again, a very high level of music ability and calibre. You started off the show by talking about an arranged marriage of music and poetry, and it was nice to see English lyrics in that, and I think that would actually make the audience of a Ghazal much broader, and I'm very pleased that there was somebody singing in English. A very difficult decision again, but we have decided on it, and I'm sure Shah will tell you about what the answer is.
Right, Shahrukh, a word before you announce the winner on the lyrics, the words of today's Ghazals.
The standard was uniformly high. I have to say that I think Hafiz Shirazi would be very pleased with Gary and Craig's attempt at describing the beloved. It was very authentic. Satinder and Meera were very brave to try Khafif, which is a deceptively difficult meter. But the content and the heart of the piece was in absolutely the right place. Najma's, again, was a very competently metrical piece, and the words were simple, which was very attractive. But I have to say the prize went unanimously to O.P. Sarangal with his very, very catchy lyric, which I noticed the audience was also reacting to. And it would really fit into all sorts of... it's real mehfil wording and so forth. And the tune was a very upbeat and catchy sort of piece as well. And of course the singer had the right voice and the right mood for it. So the brother and sister team of Sanjogita and O.P. Sarangal are the winners this time.
कभी बन के खुशबू ये दिल को लुभाते, कभी बन के खुशबू ये दिल को लुभाते, कभी बन के अंजर ये दिल चीर जाते। ये क्या है, ये क्यों है, समझ में ना आते, ये कैसे है रिश्ते, ये कैसे है नाते।
So, many congratulations to O.P. Sarangal and Sanyogita Kumari. They joined Mildeep Panesar and Dr. Azam from yesterday in Friday's final. But congratulations again to all of today's competitors. Terrific stuff. Ghazal returns tomorrow, so please join me again then when we'll meet our competitors from the south. See you then, and goodbye for now.
खुली आँख देखा तो तन्हाइयाँ थी, खुली आँख देखा तो तन्हाइयाँ थी, वो चीखों के सहरा मुझे थे रुलाते। ये क्या है, ये क्यों है, समझ में ना